Standing outside Jim Case Stadium, we're here with head baseball coach Jim Case. Coach, you're going to be showing us around this beautiful place. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, first of all, glad to have you here and exciting to give the tour. What a great stadium it is. You know, I think when we first started thinking about building a stadium, there was two things. We wanted it to be the best place in the country for a kid to come and play ball and to be able to get better. And then the second thing, we wanted it to be a great place to watch a game and for the fans to experience. And I think that we hit both of those really good. So excited for the day and excited to take you through it, almost like a little recruiting trip. And so I'm ready to go.
Recruitment coach, show me how we get in here.
Well, the first thing is our players can get in here 24/7. So, you know, with their fingerprint, they're able to get in, so they can just come up at any time. And here we go. Tyler, one of the first things that we talk about is we want guys when they come in to get a feel of what this program has been about, and it's been about winning championships for a long time. These are Division I trophies that we've won at Jacksonville State. Come down here, these are the trophies that were won during Coach Abbott's time here, national championship trophies that were in the Division II days. And then of course, from a recruiting standpoint, guys like to know the kind of stuff they get. So we got this display to give them an idea of this is the kind of equipment that you can expect to wear. You know, right on the other side of our trophy cases is our locker room. And I've got to tell you, it's a big league locker room. I mean, there is no question about it. When you look around in here, what you see is, you know, 40 really nice lockers. I mean, they're big and they're spacious. 4 of them are even bigger on the ends. We had lockers that at one time we had thought about these are for the catchers, but they ended up being for our captains. So those guys are excited to have a little bit of extra room. They've got things in their locker to be able to charge their devices, everything that you would need to be able to lock their valuables in here. But we feel very good that when they come in here, whether it be getting ready for practice or for a game, it kind of a mindset that we're fixing to get better. It's a very nice place. Tyler, this is the team lounge, and especially before and after practice, one of the most popular places that we have in the stadium. Great pool table, got a shuffleboard, ping pong, got card tables, you got video games, and honestly, this is a great place for the guys to come and eat their lunch. So you'll have guys starting about 11 o'clock showing up over here to eat their lunch, and then they're getting ready to get in for early work. So it's a fantastic place for them to be. And then, you know, from an eating standpoint, got a little small kitchen here for them to keep stuff in. So we encourage them to come here, eat their lunch, get ready for practice.
So Coach, as soon as we walk outside the team lounge, we've got this exhibit on the wall. It's so much information. Tell me about what's on here.
I kind of feel like this is one of the highlights of the stadium, you know, and it's really kind of divided into 3 or 4 different areas, but the first one is all of our all-conference players. And so obviously Jacksonville State has had a number of all-conference players, and we wanted to honor them by having their name up on the wall. These are guys who were drafted and all the different teams that they were drafted by. So again, it's nice to have your name up here, and Jacksonville State has had a strong presence in Major League Baseball and minor league baseball. And so those guys are honored. And then of course our All-Americans. And you know, to have your name up here kind of is a separator, and we wanted to make sure that these guys were honored in a proper way, and certainly this is a beautiful exhibit for them. And then as you come down here, these are the guys who have been in the major leagues. And so we've got 6 of those guys, and got their information on a home plate. And so, you know, we're proud of all the guys who have represented Jacksonville State in the past, but certainly the guys who have represented us at the big league level get a little special attention.
And Coach, most importantly, our guys are student athletes. Student comes before athlete, and so you've got a fantastic study room here you're going to show us.
We do. Let me show you real quick. When we come into here, this is an area that probably gets used about as much as any area in here on a daily basis. And we have 4 sets of computers up here. We have study rooms. Our guys can come in here. They meet our academic advisor in here. They meet with tutors in here. If they have small study groups, they can come in here. It's not hard to get them to come down here to practice. Sometimes it's a little harder to get them to study, but when the study room is right here, it seems like it just flows. So this is a room that I'm real proud of. Our family, my wife, it was her idea. She's a professor here, and she named this room in honor of her parents, who were both educators. So obviously it means a lot to me. Our guys have done a fantastic job in the classroom for years and years. It's nice for them to have a place that is the very best for them to learn.
So guys can hit the study room 24 hours, 7 days a week, and right after that, the crown jewel is right next door.
They head for the fun part. This is the part that's easy to get them in here. Let's go take a look.
Oh wow, Coach.
This is an area that obviously we're awful proud of. You know, our guys are in here from really early in the morning till late at night. You'll see a lot of guys being in here working, and we're very, very proud of it. We wanted to have as good an indoor place as there is in the country to work out, and I think we've come really close, Tyler. This part, all of the cage area obviously is kind of set up for the hitters, but one of the neat things about it is you can have it into 4 really big cages or like 1 monster cage or anything in between with the dividers that we have. So the guys usually, if you come down here at 8 o'clock at night, there's gonna be 4 or 5 guys hitting. If you come in here at 10:30 in the morning, there's probably gonna be 3 or 4 guys. And the more time they spend in here, we feel like the better we're gonna be. And then the pitchers are at the other end, you know, so that we have indoor mounds down there. We have all kinds of medi balls and different exercises that they can do. So they have their area down there. It's an area that to me is a game changer. You know, when we had the covered cages, that was fantastic. But still, there was times you couldn't be out there. There's never a time that they can't get in here. Same thing, they come in with fingerprints. They come in here usually with a buddy. Not everybody works out at the same time. Not everybody studies at the same time. One of the great things about this indoor facility is that it is connected to the field. So, you know, we open the garage door, 5 seconds later, you're standing in right field. So I think that this is one of the big separators. There's other people that have nice indoor facilities. There's very few to where it is connected to the field, and we think that that's a true advantage for us. Everything that the players need, from being on the field to working out indoors, as we're going to see in a few minutes, the dugouts and the bullpens, it's right here for them. You know, standing here in right field, one of the things that really stands out is our new Daktronics video board. It's a great thing from a fan experience, you know, for showing replays to showing funny videos, all the kind of different things that kind of make the fan experience different. And we're very, very fortunate to be able to have that. To the right of the scoreboard is Cocky's Corner, which from a student standpoint is the place to be, and especially on the weekend. It's so nice when you got grills going and they're cooking out and just having a great time, you know, hanging out at the field. And truthfully, it gives us a home field advantage. There's no question about it. The right fielder has a little bit more difficult time with Cocky's Corner going strong. So it's a fun place for the students to be, and that's good for them to be able to come out, blow off a little steam, enjoy a baseball game, and have a great time.
One of the biggest differences I noticed to the field is everything's AstroTurf, Coach.
Yeah, and for an older baseball guy, that's not exactly what I was thinking when we started talking about a stadium. but looking back on it, I can't imagine not having it. This has been one of the biggest blessings to have this place and not have to worry about weather every day. Not have to spend 30 minutes setting up everything to protect the field for practice and 40 minutes getting it set after practice. So every minute that we're out here, we're working on baseball. And this turf has allowed us to do it. And the other thing, just truthfully, what it's allowed us to do, it's allowed us to let a lot of people use this place. A lot of high schools come in and play games here. They're not going to tear it up. And so we've been able to get a lot of people on our campus that may not have been here otherwise.
There's a lot of schools that have AstroTurf foul territory, AstroTurf outfield, but everything here is artificial turf.
We don't have dirt on this field. There's none here. I mean, from the bullpens to the playing surface to the outfield to the warning track, everything is turf, which is really good for keeping things clean and for it to look right and to be able to play regardless of the weather. It would take some kind of weather to be able to rain us out. This is one of my favorite areas, Tyler. The bullpen is actually not just to the outside of the field, but it's also right off of the dugout. And, you know, for our guys, you know, a lot of times you'll see the bullpen behind right field or, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And for ours to be right here, we feel like is a big plus. I actually saw this at Clemson when we played there in a super regional one time. And I decided if ever I had the chance, I would love for the bullpen to be right off of the dugout.
Coach, right off the bat, something I noticed about this dugout is it's massive. This looks like a Major League Baseball dugout.
It's a big dugout, there's no question. And you know, that's one of the things in building a stadium and starting from zero to build the stadium. We could make the dugouts as big as we wanted. So, I mean, they're 90 feet long. And we have areas in here for, you know, our pitchers, the hitters are in different areas. We can actually meet with the team in here. There's a lot of positives to having a dugout that's this size. So I think our players like it. When we go on the road, sometimes we feel like we're on top of each other. We go to some dugouts where you can't put the whole team in the dugout. That's not the case here.
And it's both sides, both the home dugout and the away dugout are this size.
Yeah, both of them are the same, identical. So it works out really good. And the dugout's certainly not the most important thing, but I think it's a big thing. You know, there's a lot of learning about what goes on out there when you're sitting in here. So you want it to be something that's comfortable and good, and this one certainly is.
And our dugout has some perks. It leads us right back into the stadium. We'll go through the shoe room.
Perfect. We come out of the dugout right to the shoe room, which is kind of a good place for us. You know, the first thing that stands out is the dryer that dries all the shoes. And what a great thing, and that we wish we all had one 20 years ago. Guys come out, they put their shoes on there, air flows through them. The next day they got dry shoes. Big deal. Also, it keeps the smell of those shoes out of the locker room. So it's a great thing to have. Also, all of our equipment that we use on the field is in this room. So from helmets to bats to balls, everything that we use will be right here. Very convenient, right off the end of the dugout.
So right after a game, you come in the shoe room, you can go straight to the left, get right to the locker room. It's just a few steps away. But if you're beat up, you need a little attention from the trainer, you go to the training room right here.
It's right here. It's unbelievable how convenient it is.
Coach, this is your training room, and this is something you've never had before at your own place.
Now, we've always been blessed with great trainers, but we never had them right here at the field. So it's great starting in the morning, usually about 10 o'clock in the morning or so. Our trainer is here for anybody that needs treatment before practice. Of course, they're here after practice. But, you know, it's not only for guys that are hurt, but there's a lot of things that go on in here to keep you from getting hurt. So I think probably one of the biggest things in winning championships is staying healthy. We've got great trainers here. We're in great hands to try to keep our guys healthy.
Coach, our first stop on the second floor is the team room. This is a room that you guys use a lot. Tell me about what it's like on an everyday basis, how you guys utilize this space.
Well, anytime that we meet with our team as a group, we try to do it here. Anything to do with academics, if we're going over what we're going to be doing in practice, maybe plans for a weekend. Anytime we meet with them, we meet right here. So on a day-to-day basis, we don't meet in here every day, but a lot of days. Game days, a little bit different. On game days, we come in, we go over scouting reports in here. We show them who's starting for the other team. We watch video of that, all the different things that they do. So it becomes a little bit different type of day, and then it turns into a club level. So it's a fantastic place for baseball, and then it's used by other people on campus as well. This is probably one of the most used rooms on this campus.
So fans will use this on a game day as the club level. They got a beautiful view of the field, and then after that, we're going to go check out the suites because we're going with the fan experience now and kind of showing off how nice it is to watch a ball game here.
It's unbelievable, and those suites are really sweet to watch a game.
Wow, Coach, these are fantastic.
Yeah, these have been a great addition, no question about it. They're very, very popular. The suites, we have 7 of them, and they sit right on top of the dugout, so you can't find a better seat than that. And just from a comfort level, if it's hot or cold, leave the garage door down, you're in great shape. But most of the time, our weather, here is going to be pretty good. And so you can raise the doors, go outside, sit in those chairs. There's no better place to watch a game.
And even if you're not in the suite, there's not a bad seat in the house. The chair backs are fantastic outside.
1,100 chair back seats. It's a comfortable thing for everybody. There's not a bad seat in the house. I think we really did it right with the seating.
I can't wait to see this concourse we've got out there.
Let's go take a look. This is our concourse area, which I don't think that any of us really thought this would be the most popular area. It's one of the most popular areas to watch the game. And so, look over here, and of course all the guys that we saw downstairs honored, we honor them again up here so that all the fans can see it, not just our players. And then these drink rails have been very, very popular. People like standing when they come to the game and watching the game, just standing next to each other, not necessarily sitting. So I would say most of the time, we have a lot of people standing up watching the game right here. And then one of my favorite things is there's a tribute to Coach Abbott down here on the wall. And everybody knows Coach Abbott. He still lives here in town. He's the guy that had so much to do with building this program to what it is today. And the field is still named after Coach Abbott. And to be able to honor him that way with his picture and his accomplishments, I think is a great thing for Jacksonville State.
And then where I spend my most time is up in the press box.
Let's go take a look. You lead the way. This is the press box, which is a great press box actually. We've got room for not only all the scoreboard people, the press, we've got for our analytics people, the people that run the video board, and then down at the other end, of course, Mike Parrish, the voice, has his office at the end ready to do his thing.
And that's the great thing about games here is it's on ESPN Plus, every one of our home games, and so if fans aren't able to make it out to the game, they can still watch it live on television, and that's a huge upgrade that I think a lot of schools don't have.
Well, and it's the best deal going, the ESPN Plus, and like you said, if you can't make it to the game and we're playing a home game, you're going to get a great video feed. Our feed is so professional, the people that do it, it comes across fantastic. Some places not quite as good. This is a really good feed. Tyler, we're right back to where we started. And so at the end of the day, our guys leave the locker room and they put their wash through this opening right here, and a great thing for them. They show up tomorrow, it's all washed, hung in their locker, and ready to do it all over again.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you taking us on this tour. It's a beautiful facility. I know our fans are going to love watching a game here. Our recruits and our players are going to enjoy being able to basically live here. And so I really appreciate you taking the time to show it to us.
What a great day. Thanks for coming.